All right, guys, let's do a quick walk around. Some updates on some of the aftermarket bits and pieces that I went ahead and installed on this 2020 Panigale V4. I did the brake lever guard from TWM. This is made in Italy, so I went with the TWMs. I might switch these out for the Rizoma ones. I still haven't decided yet, but for now this is what I went with. And some racing circuits actually require you have these when you're doing track days. I haven't done a track day on this bike yet, so I guess I'll find out soon enough. So for now I went with the TWM brake lever guard, and also the Lighttech rear sets. Again, Lighttech is another company that's located in Italy. So I had Lighttechs before in the past on my Ducati 1198S, and I was very happy with them. They've got this track system that they use when you're adjusting the positions of your foot pegs, so I like that. And also on the clutch side, they utilize these ball bearings that makes your shifting really smooth and precise, so I like that. And again, I've had experience with Lighttech in the past on my Ducati 1198S, and I know they make performance parts for World Superbike, MotoGP, and some of the Moto2 classes, so they've been around. But I decided to go with a Lighttech instead of the Ducati Performance rear sets, and they're priced about the same. So honestly, they're priced about the same, but it was more of just my experience from the past when I had them on my 1198S that I was really happy with them. So I decided to go with them again on the V4, and right now I'm still testing them out, and so far so good. I'm kind of interested to see how they perform on a track day, but right now for street riding, I'm enjoying them a lot. No complaints to date, so very happy that I went with these. So you got the Lighttech rear sets, and then working your way to the back here, I went with the NRC fender eliminator. So you got the integrated turn signals, and then you've got the license plates that go there nice and flush. So I like that. It gives it a nice clean line. So here's a side view, side profile, and then which brings us to the full system Akrapovic exhaust. Those of you who follow my channel, I did the full system exhaust installation, so I posted that up. So make sure you guys check that out. It took it's every bit of 10 hours to install. I mean, mostly a lot of reading, reading up on the instructions, just making sure, double checking everything, checking out the wiring diagram and things like that. But it did take every bit of that 10 hours to install the full system exhaust. So make sure you guys check out that video, because the whole bike needs to be really comes apart. I mean, you got the rear separate that comes apart, and then that whole front radiator, to give yourself space to work on that front exhaust. I mean, just the way the setup is. I mean, there's so many components that needs to come off the bike, so it was very time consuming, but yes, it did take every bit of that 10 hours. But I can see how after your second or third installation that you would be more efficient, and you can cut down on the labor for sure, but for a first time installer, I mean, it took me every bit of that 10 hours, and I actually had to break it up in different sections. I mean, I did some of the work at the shop because I needed you know, certain tools, so I utilize the shop to do some of my install, and then I also utilize different locations, you know, to do certain parts of the install. But I pretty much did everything from beginning to end. But I just, you know, brought it into you know, I did, I think the first service I brought it into a buddy's house, then utilized some tools from one of the local shops that I have a really good relationship with, so I was able to do that, and then also finish up the rest in my garage. So it was, you know, and again, if you add up all the hours, it was every bit of that 10 hours to do the installation on the full Akrapovic exhaust. So again, if you're thinking about doing that installation, I mean, definitely check out the video, but it is a lot of work, that's for sure. But doing it for the first time, and then if I had to do it again the second or third time, you know, to a buddy's bike or someone else's bike, I mean, I can see how it wouldn't take us long, you know, with repetition. But again, full system exhaust on there, and then pretty much and the lower fairings are, you have to purchase lower fairings for the full system Akrapovic exhaust to cover up the, I guess the OEM lower fairings had this entire bottom piece open, so so I had to purchase new lowers. So that's something that you have to consider when you're doing the full system Acro exhaust, is you do need to purchase new lowers for the left and right. So so with that full system exhaust, I mean, let's take a look at when you start it up. I had the Acro map uploaded, and if you notice, when you turn it on, you have Racing Evo on the right hand side there. So that wasn't there before, so that kind of tells you that the Acro map is loaded and ready to go on this bike. I guess while we have it parked out here, let's just do a quick start here, do a walk around so you guys can take a listen at this full system exhaust at idle. So I'll do that right now. So there's the left muffler. Alright, so we'll just shut it down. So we'll go ahead and keep going for a ride on this baby, put in more break-in miles, but I'll probably break it up in 2 separate videos. I'm going to shut it down right here. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel, hit that bell icon so you get notified for new content as they get posted up. And if you have any comments, leave them on the comment sections down at the bottom, and I'll be sure to respond. So with that, ride safe. I'll see you guys on the next ride.